So I woke up today to find that President Erdogan of Turkey and President Biden are beefing. They are feuding. And it is very public and it is very ugly. So, I have to admit, when I read all the headlines, I was like, what are they talking about? Because Biden accused Erdogan of anti-Semitism. And he released a public statement condemning Erdogan's anti-Semitism. So let me read you a little bit from what the Biden administration said. Quote, "The United States strongly condemns President Erdogan's recent anti-Semitic comments regarding the Jewish people and finds them reprehensible." This is from State Department spokesperson Ned Price. That's the weasel who was defending the killing of children the other day. We covered that story. Quote, "We urge President Erdogan and other Turkish leaders to refrain from incendiary remarks which could incite further violence," he added. So I first saw the US comment, and my reaction was, I'm sure they're making a mountain out of a molehill, and what they're saying is not accurate. So I had to dig to find the comments from Erdogan that they were referring to. Well, I did. Here's those comments. Erdogan accused Israel of terrorism against the Palestinians. That's 100% accurate. I think that's a fact. He goes on, saying it was, quote, "in their nature," quote, "they are murderers to the point that they kill children who are 5 or 6 years old." That's accurate. "They are only satisfied by sucking their blood." Yeah, it's anti-Semitic. That's definitely anti-Semitic. It's this idea of like parasitic, blood-sucking, blood libel is a thing. I think, is that what it's called? Blood libel? I think that's what it is. That Jews have been accused of forever. It's a classic anti-Semitic trope. Erdogan went on, by the way, and he launched a scathing attack against Biden, saying that he has bloody hands because he diplomatically supports Israel. Apparently they're going to see each other. They're going to see each other, I think, next month at a NATO summit in Brussels. And listen, the floodgates are open. They're going at it now because the U.S. recognized the Armenian genocide, which happened from 1915 to 1917. And, Turkey's responsible. They carried it out. The Ottoman Empire carried it out. And they've always denied that it was a genocide. It was a genocide. And Biden officially recognized it in comments. He's the first president to officially recognize it. So I think that now they're both going at it. They're both going right at each other's throats. So listen, here's the main takeaway. Were Erdogan's comments anti-Semitic? Yes. But don't get it twisted. The reason why Biden is releasing a statement on that and focusing on that is because he has no leg to stand on the actual substance of what's happening in Gaza. Over 200 Palestinians are dead. Over 60 of them are children. They've bombed hospitals, they've bombed media buildings, they've bombed residential buildings. It is a disaster. The last time Israel did this in 2014, it was 80% civilian deaths. So they're indiscriminately bombing, and they're doing it on civilians. That's a war crime, and that is terrorism. So since Biden can't defend that on the merits, and since he's also rearming them and reloading them right now, sending them $735 million more in weapons, he has no leg to stand on. He's not moral. He's not abiding by international law. He's violating human rights left and right. The U.S. has blocked 3 attempted ceasefires through the UN. So he doesn't have a leg to stand on the actual issue. So what do? Change the conversation. Instead of talking about the issue at hand, the war crimes, the terrorism currently being carried out in Gaza, what do? Oh, Erdogan said something anti-Semitic. Let's talk about that for a week and stop focusing on the actual war crimes and terrorism currently unfolding. So that's where we're at. We'll see what happens in terms of trade between the U.S. and Turkey, because it looks like relations are really, really, really bad. And there may be some sort of fundamental realignment happening where, even though they're one of our top allies, that could change.